How fortunate we are to be able to enter into another Shabbos shortly. I think especially in times like these that are so tumultuous, so stressful, stress from what's going on in the world, stress often from what perhaps is going on in our homes, especially in these times, to be able to approach Bo Shabbos, Bo Menucha, to approach the beautiful serenity and the rest that Shabbos offers like no other day. How fortunate we are. I'd like to share with you another idea on this, however. In the beginning of the first portion that we're going to read this Shabbos, Torah tells us, Isha ki sazria v'yolda zochar, when a woman gives birth to a son, B'yom hashmini yimol b'sara losa. Circumcision takes place on the 8th day. Many discuss why the 8th day. The Medrash, on a portion we'll read in 2 weeks from now, says the following. The Torah tells us there, Sharo chesev oezki voled v'hoya shivas yomim tachas imo, u'miyom hashmini v'hola yerotze l'korbani shel Hashem. Torah tells us there that when an animal is born, for the first 7 days, it must stay with its mother. And only from the 8th day on is it eligible to be able to be used as a sacrifice in the Beis HaMikdash in the Holy Temple. The Medrash says, why the wait for 8 days? To ensure, in both cases, that this child, before it enters the covenant of Am Yisrael, of our nation, and an animal before it becomes a korban, a sacrifice in the service in the temple in Yerushalayim, they first have to experience a Shabbos and be imbued with the sanctity of Shabbos. We find a similar amazing concept in the Machzor Vitri, a disciple of Rashi, who writes the following halacha in the 10th, 11th century, in the 1000s. The Machzor Vitri says that although the accepted halacha is that when one has a choice, and before him there is a whole bread, roll, loaf, and a prusa, and another bread which is broken already and cut, one should make the motzi, one should make the blessing, the bracha, on the whole bread, because that is preferable to the broken one. The Machzor Vitri is of the opinion that if, however, the whole roll was first baked on Sunday, and there's a prusa, there's a leftover piece of bread that's not whole, that already was in existence before Shabbos, it is better to make the bracha, the blessing, on the prusa, on the bread that's not whole, because it was imbued with the sanctity of Shabbos. The Alter from Sobotka describes this so beautifully, and he says, imagine an animal, a child that's newborn, a piece of bread. They're not obligated to keep a Shabbos. They have no understanding of what Shabbos is. They have no cognizance of what it even means to be within a particular day of time. Yet there is such a sanctity, a kedusha, a holiness in the world on Shabbos that everything in existence is changed and becomes different, even after Shabbos leaves. How much more so we who understand what Shabbos is, we who appreciate what Shabbos is, we who can open our minds and our hearts to usher in that sanctity and that holiness. How much more so, says the Alter, are we affected in ways that we don't even begin to appreciate, to understand, or to feel. But every Shabbos, we have the rest, the menucha, the serenity that is so critical for our existence. But we also have a kedusha, a sanctity. And to the extent that we try to open ourselves to it, to that extent we are more greatly sanctified and uplifted And not only our bodies, but our neshamas, our soul, enter the week refreshed. As we enter the new Shabbos, I wish you good Shabbos, good Chodesh. This Shabbos ushers in the new month of Iyar. May all of us be blessed this Shabbos and this month with strength, with serenity, with sanctity. And may we see a new world, and a world of peace, of blessing, of healing, and of hope. Good Shabbos.